into the darkness. I can see you guiding me. I'll follow in your footsteps, Mother, for so long. Head into the darkness. You don't wanna follow me. Say goodbye to everything. Say so long.
Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Made in Abyss Season 2, Episode 9, The Return, which I surmise means Faputa's return to the village of her birth and to her destiny, the wish of her mother to destroy it. I think. I'm not sure. I think that's what it is. To come back and to end this twisted suffering. It feels so good to be in the know, y'all. Like, all of our season so far has been history mystery. What really happened? What went down? How did everything get this way? And now, after the last two back-to-back flashbacks, we understand. We know what happened. We know how the wish stones were used on Irumyuui. And we know that it was her complex wishes that led to her change and to the formation of this village. There were some really cool comments on last episode about guessing or poking at the nature of the wishes that were granted. What were the wishes or desires that were inside of Irumyuui that got Monkey Pod turned into this? And people came at it from a couple of different angles, but most of the impression that I got was that the wish stones grant wishes even if they're not coherent, desires even if they're not coherent. And that's part of the reason why adults aren't supposed to use it, because their desires are too complicated and messy, and children's can be much more clear-cut. Irumyui's wishes there are at least a couple. One of them is definitely the ability to bear children, but one of them is for the protective place that they've been seeking. And it's unclear to me exactly what the others were, but I recommend going through the comment section because there are some really good ones. I'm not going to spend the time right now to do a comment spotlight, but I'm thinking about bringing those back, especially on shows like Made in Abyss where they feel really relevant and people always come in with good and useful and potent pieces of information. I changed my mind. I will spotlight a couple of comments. Providence8398 writes, and her children are born in a similar form of her pet that was killed. Just some visual poetry to make it stick and hurt more. Gus N.A., my favorite funny comment on the episode. For sure, Bailoff really wished eating children didn't bother him so much. Now, they're his favorite food. Very good. Andrea Lorenzi 453 wrote, the way I see balancing is, now that we know that the ones carrying it out are Irumyui's children, that here you cannot take anything of value from someone else, since that's exactly what was done to Irumyuui with her children. They were taken from her and eaten. I like the idea. I was not clear that it was Irumyui's children doing the balancing. Like, I know that that's the goop, but I guess you're right. I guess that makes perfect sense to me. There were a couple of people. Ruslan Hocharenko was one who pointed out that the blue-haired ganja member among their squad has been banging Vueko the whole time. And now she's a cute little cyclops, and she's still here, I think. I believe she's still around, which is cool. Maybe they can re-enter their Friends with Benefits thing. It's cool. Okay, Mateus Israel Silva 5934. I'm going to skip the first portion about what the Cradle of Desire's wish is, and then skip to, with that said, what I think Irumyuui wished for with the first cradle was to have babies, to have her pet back, to stop her pain and maybe the sickness, and then the second one was to save Vueko of the disease and be able to birth a child that survives. So with this, her babies start to be able to cure the disease, and she becomes the village to obtain enough energy to birth Faputa. The last point is a bit of a stretch, and I really don't know what to think of Wazukyan's wishes. There are probably more concrete theories about it, but these are my general thoughts. Yeah, see, like, I don't know. The to be able to birth a child that survives makes sense to me, but it's more than that, right? Like, Faputa is imbued with a desire to return and change things, right? It's like It feels like it's more than that. Multiple comments on how the last line of the episode, I just don't want to forget, transitions directly into the EDs, I will remember you, or I still remember you. Oof. Mwah, 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 mwah. Mika Jastrozemski 4383. Wazicon's all-you-can-eat mystery meat buffet. About the cradles, they don't fulfill wishes, but desires. This was the person who commented that. Including ones you don't even know about or indirect ones. All of them, no matter if they're curses or blessings. Also, with the round being the shape of the wishes, I do wonder what is the connection with the star compass here. Yo, me too. Also, because the wish orb things have little compasses in them. They're in there. It's like a little wish orb, and then it's got like a lot of smiddly, spinny stuff, and there's a little compass in the bottom of it. It's like the same thing. I'm quite curious about that. Does it really guide towards just the bottom of the abyss? Or towards one's desires for fulfillment, for example? Or maybe, just maybe, toward a proper cradle of desire that is compatible with the compass holder, one that will not corrupt them? Yo, I don't fucking know. On Vueko, she does allude that she doesn't just take care of the group, she takes care of the group. Yeah, and it's like, it's not, it's pretty explicit, I think, that that's the case, because Irumyui is like, you smelled like my mom, who had lots of orgies. So it's like, okay, Vueko has been banging a lot, and not just one person, not just blue hair girl. That's her side piece, but she's, you know, fulfilling needs and views that as her, oh god, as her only value. Ah! Gabriella R4311. I'm not smart enough to put this into words, and then immediately is smart enough to put it into words. Don't qualify yourself. You're great. Notice how in her language they have one word to represent many things. Irumyui couldn't have babies, wished to be able to have them, was an outcast, wished for a town, was neglected, wished for care, cradling. And so my idea is that when Irumyui made her wish, it was Iruburu, village cradle mother, except the wish granting egg fulfilled that in a super twisted way, and also the other sages were complicit in making it fucking weird. Yeah, I don't know. So then I really do wonder what exactly was the wish that birthed the last child. By the by, I don't know where it is, but there is a comment that mentions that I should go and look at the manga panel of Faputa's birth, and I did, and it's really cool. I had thought about trying to draw it before this episode, and I've decided not to. Because it would just be a travesty. And Yusuf1131, the egg is literally a wish-granting egg. It's a Baelet! Yeah, it's a Baelet. Fucking yikes. Yoinks. Okay. Spiel spun. Faputa is returning, I think. I think that's what this is about. We will certainly return to the present day, present time, and we're all plotting and planning, thinking and thonking. But what are we going to do? And all these new mysteries about the interference units, Reg's connection with Faputa, all of these are still seriously curiosities. Dang hair will not stay where it is. Anyway, I am going to do a drawing. I'm going to draw the wish egg itself. Maybe I'll draw 1 second before Faputa's emergence. How about that? Little crack at the top of the wish egg? Yeah, that sounds like fun. I want it to be nice and large. Okay. And then it's got like a wire-wrapped sort of cage, is the way that I think of it. Yeah, I am going to make these slightly, because they're like embossed, right? They have depth to them. I'm not looking at any references for this. I just want to create a cool egg, okay? This is the like rocks surrounding it. Float a little compass right here in the bottom center. Okay, I just want to gotta shade over all the ones that are on the back, which is that one, not that one. Oh, yeah. The egg of hope on the edge of a giant cliff. Little compass in it. This looks more like a weird arcanotech thing, like a magic artificers or something. More the creation of an experiment or of a person than something natural. I don't know. Again, it always feels like the abyss has some kind of consciousness. Well, whether the abyss has consciousness or not, I don't know, but I do know that this village does have feelings, and so does its daughter. How will those feelings clash and collide? With our characters now knowledgeable about the whole history of the village, in arms with Vueko, I think we're going to be able to get Nanachi back. I'm not sure exactly how, but if we collapse the whole balancing process and everything that this village stands for, to free Irumyui from her fate, whatever the broader repercussions of that might be, it will get us to our little goal. But it doesn't seem quite right. I hope that there's a way for us to untwist this monkey's paw without killing everyone who's relying on its weird curse blessing. You know what I mean? But this isn't the kind of story where things always go neatly and pleasantly in the direction that you want. Sometimes, often, it feels like sacrifices must be made. We were prepared just a couple episodes ago to sacrifice physically of Rico. Much easier to sacrifice a village full of people, right? No, not for these characters. So what can we do? Can we figure something out? A way to maintain safety here without the torment required? Let's find out by watching this week's episode of Made in Abyss. I've got episode 9 up and ready to go. There will be 2 versions, picture-in-picture in the description, timer on the YouTube, early access on the Patreon, also linked in the description. It costs $1 or more if you feel like being really friendly and nice. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much to all the patrons who've been sticking with this show and all the others. It's a blast to watch this along with you. So thanks so much. Let's dive into episode 9 with a beep beep timer. That's 1 return. What? Yeah, you ripped your ear off. Oh, yummy. Yeah, do you regrow? Yeah, do you regrow? The extra long head pad arm. Yes. Like is the best head patter. Oh. Where am I grabbing? Oh. Gorn. Okay, thanks, Kaburun. Padding is precious, but freshness is also precious. Good. Oh, where is she? Hi. Why do you have an arm? Hi. hell of an eye to eye. Come on, you little goop. Don't get squished. You look very nice now. She was talking to the whistle because she's the one who stole the whistle and brought it here. But she can also feel that that's a person, huh? Cool. I love how she's just very needy. It's really cute. Ah. The loss of the ear, it does the same thing to me that like a devil with a broken off horn or like a bull or a minotaur with a broken off horn does. It's like, ooh, battle hardened, like rough stuff. I like it. I'm wondering, is that like staff thing that we see next to the egg? Is that a dude's arm that turned into rock stuff? Why Juroimo? Oh, that's her! That's her! Fuck buddies for life! Nope, shit. Uh-oh. It's not controlled. Vueco's not there. Oh, or that. Right, we needed to trade. Hmm. Oh, then it wouldn't do. Don't think he could stand that? In what way does he mean? Does she mean? Hmm. Hmm. Would do it, but it's impossible. Oh, the incinerator? Hug. Oh, okay. Okay, cute. Rewrite the reality. Bust a hole in for Fapata to come in and wreak havoc. Or his past self said. Hi, Wazakyan. The what? Value that shouldn't exist makes perfect sense. That makes sense. Just wanted to sail. Ugh. I mean, a little, man. Yeah, who are you, bro? No. I don't know. I definitely have some antipathy towards Wazukyan. Lots of others like me, seekers of those who go beyond kindred spirits. That's what she means. Yeah, we know him. Hmm. Yep. Kind of right. Pretty much right. That's why she likes it. Or at least if they did, they'd be like, me too. The dream to go on. That's part of the thing. That's true. Wanted to really find it, not create it. Build it at the. Yeah. Is it ongoing? No, they are stuck here. Really, a monkey's paw. Their wish was for a safe place, but that safe place. Couldn't we just cut a hole in the wall? Had something like that happen to me before. Do you mean? I don't know what she means. Bone Druid? Makes sense, I think. Yeah, to make a wish. Eh. Yeah, that shit's still flying around. Mario. You have no time. Oh, jeez. What are we dealing with? Oh, is that Geronimo? Yeah, he's back. What's up, bud? The fuck? Oh, Wazukyan was just buying time. Fuck! Asshole! Asshole! Shitbird! Yeah, you're the only one who can really. You got it, Ma. Member of the team. What a goop. Big goop. Don't get cocky. The children are fighting back? Whoa, what? I don't want you to fuck shit up. Yeah, you fucked up my last plans. Or tried to. Yeah! The village just manifested it as like a threatening defense system, like an immune system. What is the play here? Your will, kind of. Uh-oh. The will of the village taking in the power of the village? Hmm. Yeah, Jeroimo has evolved. Press B. Oh, I don't like it. He still have a sword. Oh, geez, that's worse. I like this track. First introduction, I think. Stop it. Oh no, what does it do to them? Is the village willing its own destruction? I don't understand. Okay, so no balance. You are a danger, so the village is protecting itself. She never raises her voice. Oh, singing! That's awesome. Trying to capture you. Oh, just burst through. Cool. Seems like it. But I still don't understand exactly why. No! I mean, Rigo can die, but Ma can't. Fuck! Really wants that. Fuck! Yo, whip out the big gun, bud. That's cool looking. Hello, little children. You got a clear shot, my guy. Will it blow a hole in the wall too? Is the wall's right behind him, right? Yeah, no choice. We're forced. Hand is forced, y'all. But you can't open a door. That's the entrance where he fired the thing. Soul. Total unknown. You can't know. That's really rough. Even with all our knowledge, we don't know what the right thing to do is. I love that. You can't make an ought from an is. That's gonna do it. I have to write that down. God damn. I ain't writing shit. droplets. And on the other side of the hole. Yeah, and you're going to pass out in 10. It's an expensive favor. All right. God damn, Reg. Yeah, you have the power of Ma on your side. She's here. Hello, sister. The organ kicks in. What is she holding? Whoa. It's reforming. Gurn. You looked at us with hunger. The vengeful returner. Oh no. Oh boy. So no negotiating then. It's all you are. I don't know if that's good. Oh, she's surrounded by her siblings. She fucking frees their spirits. That's, oh my god, and is reborn. Of the village. The immortal princess. Yeah, they're like in ecstasy. They welcome her almost. Some of them do. Let chaos reign! Is that Bailoff singing? Hi, Mitty. She connected to Iramui? Yeah, through her and Mitty's connection, reliving their connection. So she feels it all. Oh. No, no staying in Dreamland. Oh, it's broken open. Bailoff's looking at the sky. The time to awake? Well, that was beautiful. I have no idea what it means. But it was fucking beautiful. Oh, man. Wow. Those last couple of minutes, Bailoff singing and then the transition into the new music for the ED left me with such a ball of emotions. I don't have the words for it. Like a great inevitability that's simultaneously cathartic because it's poetic. It's balancing. This is finally the balancing for all of the village. Everything this village is founded on is imbalance. And then within the village, it's existed in this like perfect harmonious balance for this period of time, but only off the backs of the suffering of all of the children and of Irumui and of Faputa. It's like we get to live in this like first world country only off of the past travesties that we've committed. We go on like, yay, everything is great. And even thinking about a future where we could be freed from this and move even further and get our cake and eat it too and go even further into the abyss and keep adventuring. But this safety that they've experienced for these hundreds of years living in this village, it's all off of the sacrifices, unwilling sacrifices of those children of Irumui, of Waco, of all those people. Inherently imbalanced. And it's that imbalance that comes back around in Faputa's form, taking the form of the will of the village. No, different than that. Like the last will of Irumui before she became co-opted by the overall village. Because it's Juroimo who holds the will of the village, right? Is a manifestation of Fueco's fears used to create the scariest, most monstrous thing and named it after something signaled by her. Faputa's not the will of the village. She's the will of the mother. Oh man, it even fits into, I'm not that up on Great Mother archetype, but it does fit the destructive Great Mother archetype. Nature returning to right a great wrong or a great imbalance. Not a dream, but she dreamed. The whole sequence of Fabita's emergence, and then her reading the rap sheet. This is everything you've done, and I am here to undo. Oh man. We're going to come back to this moment of Reg's uncertainty because there's something philosophical about it that I think is really cool. I find really cool, and I just want to use as a soapbox for a little while. Much of this episode is I mean, it's full. It's overflowing with life and intrigue in these scenes and shots and just everything. In the distance, Fapata looking, watching, and then up close, her ear torn off. Ah, you look very nice now. Everything is just like really interesting. The balancing goes wild. I thought it was because Waco wasn't there to calm them, but it's because Fapata's arm is here. A piece of her. And she says, if you were to offer that thing up, I don't think Bailoff could withstand it because it's a part of a child and it looks like one. I don't know. I gotta mention this. The innocence of Fapata's face and the way that transitions to cold hard princess is really cool to me. It's just a potent character design. It's a really cool character design because she is innocent and ultra cute, like very moe, very fluffy, lovable little thing, but can totally change that with a bit of dramatic framing, bit of positioning and posture and stance, and a whole lot of dramatic framing. Turn that into this majestic, thick-hipped, let's say, sorry, creature. Really interesting. Really powerful character designs. As usual with the show. They're usually onto something. Her interactions with Reg are wonderful. The incinerator will be our one way. While Zukian emerges and Vueko tries to run away and he's just like, hey, good to have you. Come on. We're all friends. But no, he's buying time. Just talking to them, praising them, talking to them about the village. Shit's going wild in the background. Fucking guy's just buying time for Joroimo. But he says some things that are really potent. These people in this village are very much like you, Rico. And wouldn't it be great to free them so that they can follow their longing just like you can? So she comes up with and floats the idea of using a wish stone to make a wish herself, to open this place and make it so that they could be freed. Whoa. And she realizes something that I've been kind of on about for a little while since they stopped here in the Golden City and created it. They were on a journey to find something that they didn't know if it existed. And they got to a point where it got too difficult. And so they said, here, this is the place we were looking for. But it isn't. It isn't. Except in the wishy-washy, you make your home, right? Like you choose your family, bro. You choose your family. You choose your golden city of the scorching sun. You choose your treasure. But I don't think so. They were on a mission to find a thing that they believed existed, and they stopped and comforted themselves by saying, this is the place we were looking for. That's giving up. And it does not rest easy on any of them, I don't think. Little Cyclops girl is here. She, they don't get to bang, which is sad. Does everything he can. Yeah, for sure. They'll choose for themselves. But then the ground rumbles. So what will you choose? And we're interrupted by the emergence of Big Boy. He's a big boy. It's also poetic. It's like Joroimo comes around, the village coming around to protect itself. All these things, it makes sense. After your piece of the princess. Embodiment of value means valueless. Wazukan doesn't want her to foil his plans at the end. And we enter into battle. It's back and forth a little bit. It pulls in smoky goop essence and is reborn as an enormous, skinnier but bigger Joroimo that shoots balls of goo, which is real bad. It's real bad. Reg looks great. Joroimo looks great. The whole fight looks cool. It's cool. That's great. He's wavering, indecisive. First, our indecision is because we're not sure what will actually happen, right? Maybe I can let it snatch this thing and the balancing will take care of it and we can just manipulate the rules of this thing. Finally spurs Waco to action, to actually say something when it counts, which I think is, that's good. That's good. Bang, smash, steal the thing, wrapped up in Children of Darkness. I love the way this spirally texture stuff looks. I mean, I know it's just applied filters, but it looks really fucking cool. So here we are. There's the wall, the entrance. There's Jeroimo, the monster. If you don't do anything, for sure he's gonna murk you and probably Rico and some of the other people, maybe. But you don't know what letting Faputa in here will do, except that she wants to destroy this place. It's not clear whether this place should be destroyed. It's not clear at all what should be done. And I think this is a really solid example. I said I would come to it from a philosophical context. This is a really solid example of the problem of deriving an ought from an is. Let me do a quick search up of this to make sure that I give you as much correct information about that thought idea as I can. Hume! Of course it was Hume. Hume's guillotine. As in Occam's razor. An easy way to chop the head off of any prescriptive or normative statements about how you should act or do things. Okay, it's considered a fallacy or the is-ought problem. It's really difficult, we would say philosophically incorrect probably, to make claims about what ought to be based solely on statements about what is. There is a significant difference, Hume found, between positive or descriptive statements, what is, and prescriptive or normative statements, what ought to be, and it is not obvious how one can coherently transition from descriptive statements to prescriptive ones, that an ethical or judgmental conclusion cannot be inferred from purely descriptive factual statements. So, now we know where the village came from, how it got this way. We don't know exactly what will happen if we open the wall, except that Faputa will kill everyone here, probably. Should we open the wall? I say, with the information alone, what is here? There is no answer. You can't derive that ought from the is. You have to go deeper into the value. You have to look and come to some kind of, or perform some kind of ethics math. You got to do some ethics math, and that means you've got to instill a moral framework. You got to utilize a coherent moral framework, util, deont, whatever you want, right? Whatever your framework for value and morality is, apply that and start figuring out the oughts of the situation. Should this place exist? Should Wazukyan be punished for what he's done? Should all of the pleasant lives that these people have been living be taken away from them because they were founded on the torment of others? Should it all be thrown away? Doesn't that cause more destruction and chaos and death and horror? Isn't it probably better that we leave the one mother to continue, in her torment and all these villagers get to live on, and maybe we just blow a hole in the wall and they get to leave when they want? What should be done here? The true answer is there isn't a true answer. The story doesn't give us one. It could. If it wanted to, it could go through and it could make it really crystal clear that the village is bad and only bad and wrong and bad, and there's no redeeming qualities to it. But there are. There are cool people here who we've come to know and love. Ma and the shopkeeper lady and others. There are cool people here. They're living lives. They have souls. They're like people, We're just going to sentence them all to death to what? Fulfill some vengeful path from the ancient past? Something that could, if we wanted to, be washed under the bridge? But on the other hand, if we let this place continue, how many human children do they murder here every year, right? Like, how much torture and destruction is done in this place in the name of value? Don't know. Whatever should you come to, you can't claim that you came to it objectively solely from the truths that we learned about this place, right? Just can't. And so we, like Reg, find ourselves at a big decision point where one decision leads to bad things. You let Geronimo run wild. That's going to go bad. You got to do something. And the other decision opens the door to a spirit of vengeance that will destroy everything, good and bad, without forgiveness, without empathy, without thinking it through, with nothing but rage built up for hundreds of years. Open the door to her. Which is right? Doesn't work that way. You make the choice that you make, and then you live with the consequences. Reg chooses. He fires. He opens the door. It's another gorgeous incinerator. I mean, goddamn. Torn away from Geronimo, the goop becomes bubbles that float around. Reg quickly asks for a favor. Please keep her safe. I don't know if there's anywhere safe. And what is she holding? This, ring of... Is it just glinting off of her claws? I don't know. She's truly a spirit, a revenant. I will not forgive you. You hungered for us. You spit out prayers. I will not forgive you. None of your activities will continue. There will be no forgiveness. There will be no quarter. You will be eradicated. They fire back, fire spirits of children at her. She embraces them, is embraced by them, and reborn from them once more. Rest easy now. She frees them, I think. With sadness, I think. Maybe not. I don't know. Now it begins, and she launches herself forward into the crowd to kill. And that's where we'll pick up next week. Thanks so much for watching this week's episode of Made in Abyss. That was a killer. Holy shit. Next week is episode 11. I don't know. I don't think there's any talking Faputa down. Oh boy. Decision point. Like everything turns on this axis. Okay. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week for the next episode of Made in Abyss, Season 2. Much love. See you next week. Peace.